What's going on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I hope you guys had an absolute killer January. I was looking at my YouTube just the other day and saw that it's been like 12 or 14 days since I last posted, you guys, and so to me, that's a little unacceptable, you guys. It's just been a little bit crazy getting into the new year. Hope you guys had a great start of the 2025 year. For me, just work's been a little bit crazy getting things back rolling after the holiday. School going on and, going out of town for family events and stuff like that. So it's just been hard to get a video done. But you know what? You guys have no fear. You always know that Horror Junkies 509 will be back and make sure he's does some fun content for you guys. But today is going to be a great, really fun video. This is the type of video I really have fun doing. I've done this type of video for my Michael Myers masks, my Leatherface masks, as well as my Universal Monster masks. And so, I was really thinking, like, what can I do to do my first video coming back and make it a little more fun? I didn't want to just bring you just a normal, regular video. I wanted to bring you something more of a nightmare. This is a horror YouTube channel, so we're going to make sure that we have nightmares regularly, you guys. So, what's going to be going on today, you guys? As you can see, I got some blank spots up here on my wall, which I'll be filling back again after the video. Like I've done in the past, I've ranked every single one of my Trick or Treat Studios Leatherface masks from my favorite to my least favorite, or from least favorite to favorite. And I've also done that to the Halloween videos, or masks. So all my Trick or Treat Studios masks for Michael Myers and Leatherface, brought them all down. I ranked them, and then we kind of did a video about that. And those videos are done really, really well. I was really hoping that we would have more Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger masks for this video for when I did it. But since we got the Dan Post one last year, which I'm not adding to the collection, and now we're getting the elusive concepts ones of a new Nightmare, and no more like Trick or Treat Studio original masks. And so we still might eventually at some point, so this video might get redone. But that's what I'm doing today, you guys. I'm going to go over all my Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger masks. I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. And we'll kind of talk about them. We'll try them on, you guys, and we'll kind of have a good time. Thinking of my my Texas Chainsaw Massacre ones, my Leatherface ones, since I did recently get 2 new Leatherface masks, do I need to redo that video? Let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. But let's go ahead and get right into this ranking video because I absolutely love it. So just kind of remember, I am ranking the mask. This has nothing to do with how good the movie is. This has nothing to do with how good comparison of the movie to the mask is, I guess. And this is all about Trick or Treat Studios produced masks, and I'm just like ranking those from my favorite to my least favorite. So I'm not like dogging on movies, I'm not dogging on makeup effects. I'm just putting out how I feel about each mask, and that's kind of what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off for now, just so I don't, injure myself in the long run. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys are out there having an absolute killer day. Like I said, it's been wild here for me. I am trying to still get this room ready because I want my room tour on this channel the first quarter of 2025. So hopefully relatively soon. But let's go ahead and get right into the first one. So I have 3 masks. Like I said, these are only the original Trick or Treat Studios masks. These are just the ones they've released so far, and I'm hoping to get more, and maybe this video could help. So as far as out of the 3 masks, my least favorite of those masks, like I said, this does not have anything to do with the movie. This has nothing to do with the makeup job in the movie. This has just to do with the mask that Trick or Treat Studios released. And so my number 3 for my Nightmare on Elm Street Elm Street mask. Sorry, guys. I got a little tag I cut off, and I forgot to pull the end part out. Bloopers. Hey, it is what it is, right? When you're flying off the cuff, right? But anyway, we'll go ahead and talk about the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, the Freddy's Revenge mask. Honestly, this one just kind of has the least appeal to me as far as a mask goes. And honestly, as we go into the other masks, you'll kind of see what I mean. Like, I feel like the details are not as well done and really hit on the head as far for this mask as the other ones. I feel like the sculpt is really good still. Like, I still feel like I see the Robert Englund, look in there. As far as like this being a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 mask, I really feel like they Should have made it a lot more glossy. Attempted to try and make it a little more bony and stuff like that. Like really pronounce the cheekbones. Because like Freddy Krueger in part 2 is like really slimming. He's really slimy and gleamy all the time. And I was like, maybe that's not possible. But on this elusive Jason Goes to Hell mask, they really have shiny and gleamy blood spots on it. So I really feel like they could have hit this on the head a lot better than they did. As far as the mask goes, I really still feel like it is a really good mask. But as far as a representation of the film, I don't think it was well done. And I still would love to see a variant of this coming with the brain, you know, when he rips his part of his head off and you can see his brain. I think that would have been a really great detail to add to this, just to bump this up a few more notches. But as far as my Nightmare on Elm Street collection, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge is my least favorite mask. I don't hate this mask by any means necessary, but this is the one that I go to the least when I talk about my Nightmare masks. So let's go ahead and try this bad boy on. I remember this one being the tightest one out of the three, but we will go ahead and try it on and give a reminder, I guess. And I do have single reviews on all three of these masks, you guys. So if you want to see a single video for each one, look down to my videos. I'll try to add them to my description as well. But make sure you guys check those out if you guys want more info on each mask. So I have 3 masks to go over today, and you're going to see 3 chubby-cheeked Freddy Kruegers running wild in Horror Junkies 509's workspace here. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and check it out. Kill for me, Jesse. I mean, I can't help but say it does still look good, even though it's my number 3. It's still not a bad mask. Yeah. Woo-wee. So this one definitely is the tightest of the 3. I did remember that correctly. So if you guys are interested in the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, just remember Part 2 definitely seems like it's the tightest of the 3. So if you guys are trying to wear them, maybe be a little hesitant on Part 2. But still, you guys, I still think it's a really well done mask, you guys, but it still just does not hit it as hard as the other 2. So definitely part 2 makes it to the number 3 spot. But you guys, like I can show you, still not a bad mask. When I put this thing on, I still feel like it looks really damn good. But just some of the details for that specific movie just are not there. As far as trying to look really skinny, I don't know if that's possible to do that in a mask. But I do know the paint making it look more gleamy, moist is possible after seeing the Jason Goes to Hell mask. All right, you guys, we've got 2 more masks to go. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments which one of these masks is your favorite. Make sure. All right, guys. So my number 2 spot goes to the A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, the Dream Master mask. They didn't do a Part 3, and so they went right to Part 4. I don't understand why they did that, and we still don't have any other Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger masks after Part 4. So I'm waiting to see what they're gonna pull off next. I'm really hoping that they'll go back to the original sculpt. But this mask is seriously, I did not want to buy this mask until I saw it in person and just kind of get into these details. I am so stoked about how much sculpting went into this. Like, this thing is absolutely insane. It still has, you can still kind of see the Robert Englund face in this sculpt, and I really think they did a great job. I feel like the paint is really nice on this. It probably looks really great in the dark, which is really going to add a lot of detail to this instead of, sometimes you put things in the dark and it takes the details away. I think if you are in the dark with the light source, you're really going to be able to see a lot of good stuff. But look at this stuff, and honestly, this is one of the reasons why it is one of my favorite masks. My part two, or my number two out of the three. Geez, I just cannot talk today, you guys. I think I've been out of service for so long, I'm getting crazy. So I think this thing looks amazing. I remember this fitting really, really well. I really feel like they nailed the look of it. But that's one of the reasons why Trick or Treat Studios isn't doing a lot of Freddy masks, is because the look is fairly similar for a few of them, and then it only gets worse as the movies go on. So maybe they're just not interested, but I don't know. I would still take a representation of them all. I don't love every Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I don't love every look of Freddy, but I would love to see maybe his look from Freddy versus Jason. I would love that to happen. So anyway, part 4 is in my number 2 spot, and let's go ahead and try this bad boy on. But I just feel like the one that hits someone out of the park is literally, look at all these fine lines they put in to his burns and everything, you guys. I absolutely just love the detail they did for this one. All right, you guys, Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, Dream Master. Wait, yeah, Dream Master. Oh, yeah. This one fits way better. Welcome to my nightmare. Don't mind me being a creep. I don't have a quote to say because I don't watch Part 4 that much. I like it, but I don't watch it that much. Yeah, so the Part 4 is a way... Oops, dropped my hat. Is a way, way better fit than the Part 2. I didn't have issues getting it on. I didn't have issues getting it off. And it just slid right on, and I feel like I looked pretty good in the mask as well, even though I make it look a little chubby. It is what it is. But Part 4, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Master, I think is a solid mask, and I definitely think it is rightful spot in my Part 2, in my number 2 spot. Honestly, this could be a number 1 spotter. Honestly, I don't see this having any issues being in the number 1 spot. But just the next one I got to go over is I just can't get over it. It's my absolute favorite. So number 2 spot, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Master, Part 4. All right, you guys. So like I said, we only have 3 masks. So we are on to the number 1 spot, my absolute favorite mask. The very first one I ever bought. And I bought it in Las Vegas at Nightmare Toys, which is an absolute phenomenal store. If you guys are ever in Vegas, make sure you stop by and check it out because it's a Scream, baby. All right, you guys. As if there was any introduction, I did put A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original mask, in my number 1 spot. Like I said, this thing is absolutely insane. When I saw it, originally I wasn't planning on buying these masks, and then I saw this in person at that store. And I said, that is mine. I will take that one. And the cool thing about Nightmare Toys, they actually brought out every single version copy they had, and they let me pick which one I wanted since I was there in person. So that was really cool. So I got to look through quite a good stack of them, and I got to pick my absolute favorite. I love the details in his burns, really kind of bringing out that pepperoni pizza look that they kind of got the idea from for his makeup. I love the dark, ashy tones, really trying to show off that he was burned and he has all this flesh wounds and stuff like that. And pretty serious, wounds that he's got going on here, and they're just sitting there, still looking wet and moist, and then like we still have the Robert Englund sculpt, just looking fire, you guys. Just not a bad thing I can say about this mask. I absolutely love it. I've seen people do rehauls and only make it even look even better, like adding a little more detail into a certain spots. But honestly, just as a stock mask, I feel like this mask is absolutely amazing. Like I really feel like the part 2 could definitely use a rehaul, and it's going to improve that mask a lot. But I feel like not much. I mean, you could do stuff to improve this mask, but I think this is pretty good just as stock as it is. And part 4, I think, is a knockout as well. I always feel like they could look a little darker, all 3 of them. But, you know, honestly, just maybe put them in a dark with a light source, and they'll probably do the same exact deal. But A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, is definitely my number 1 mask. I love it. I can't even think of a bad thing to say about this mask. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and try this bad boy on. And let's be the original Freddy. To me, the scariest Freddy. Everyone's got their own opinion, but I think Freddy is the most terrifying in part 1. I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. One, two, Freddy's coming for you. Number one. Number one. All right, you guys. So the Nightmare on Elm Street original, I think, has a pretty similar fit to the part 4. So, you know, I have a little over a 23-inch head, and so this one fits me really well. The part 4 fits me really well, and part 2 is pretty super tight. So if you guys are interested in buying these masks, remember the part 1 and the part 4 are the bigger fitting ones. But you guys, definitely, I want to mention, I love how big the bibs are. You know, it fits right under my shirt and looks really, really good. I don't think they're long enough for, like, his sweater, because, like, you know, his sweater around his neck's really kind of stretched out and stuff like that. So, but for a normal t-shirt, it looks really, really great. So I wanted to mention all 3 masks do have these cool bibs, but the details, you know, you put this thing on, I become Freddy Krueger, maybe a little bit chubbier, but, you know, he goes to the Dunkin' Donuts a lot, so, you know, it is what it is. But number 1 mask, you guys, out of my Nightmare on Elm Street collection. I am still hoping, praying for more. I don't need a mask from every single movie. I wouldn't mind it in any way, shape, or form, but I really think part 3 should get one. Let's get the Freddy versus Jason one. Maybe like a Freddy's Dead, just to kind of get that look where his makeup really started looking terrible. Just, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? If you guys are collectors of the Nightmare on Elm Street masks, what other masks would you like to see out of them? Do you guys like them going off and doing the Dan Post ones? Do you like the elusive concepts? Me personally, like I said, I want the original ones, you know, for one from each movie representation, you guys. And don't forget, if you have not checked out my Leatherface ranking and my Michael Myers ranking, or even my Universal Studios Monsters ranking, definitely check it out, you guys. They're good, fun videos. And anyway, that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 519, signing out just until next time. You guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer. And you guys, don't forget to have a killer day. Enjoy the year. You know, we're in February already. October's on its way. But you know what? At Horror Junkies 519, Halloween is all year long. I got some new videos coming up, you guys, with some new stuff that I have not shown before. I got my room tour coming up. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my TeePublic store. Get yourself a hat, a t-shirt, and whatever else they got. They got coffee mugs. They got stickers. Enjoy your day, have a killer day, and stay bloody, my friends.